Quick little update if you're in the market to buy a home. This may be some welcome news. Mortgage rates just hit the lowest level we've seen in almost a year. According to Freddie Mac, late this week, the rate for the most popular 30-year fixed mortgage hit 6.35%. That is down 15 basis points from the week before. That was the largest week-over-week drop that we have seen so far in 2025. The last time we saw mortgage rates around this level was October of 2024, when the rate for the 30-year fixed was 6.32%. And in case you're wondering, yes, the 15-year fixed mortgage rate also went down to 5.5%. So why is this happening? Well, because the market is already pricing in an interest rate cut from the Federal Reserve. The Fed will meet next week, and most economists believe the Fed is going to cut interest rates by 0.25%, maybe even 0.5%. I mean, that might be stretching it, but we'll have to wait and see. Of course, the Fed does not set mortgage rates, but the Fed's action on interest rates do play a role in how investors view the bond market, including Treasury notes, which then influences how lenders price home loans. It's like this ripple effect. To put it in some context, here's the last year of mortgage rates, and here we are at 6.35%. So if you look here, the last time we were around this rate was right here, October of 2024. But when you pull back to the last 3 years and look at mortgage rates, you can see the up and down and up and down. That's all kinds of volatility. And then when you look at the last 5 years, you can see that dramatic spike right there in mortgage rates. That was December of 2021. And then when you pull back 10 years, you really start to see how much mortgage rates have gone up. Real estate giant Redfin says these lower mortgage rates have given buyers about $20,000 more in home buying power since just mid-summer. Now, while some buyers are taking advantage and are jumping into the market, Redfin also says there are a lot of buyers that are still sitting on the sidelines waiting for even lower mortgage rates. But waiting for a dramatically lower mortgage rate is a gamble, because you can see here over the last 50 years, anytime you see dramatic drops in the mortgage rate, those usually coincide with these gray bars. And every one of those gray bars is a recession. Starting tomorrow, you're probably going to see lower gas prices, but it's not because of anything that President Trump has done, and it's not because of any trouble with the economy. It's because today, September 15th, is the last day that the federal government requires gas stations to sell the summer blend of gasoline nationwide. That means starting tomorrow, gas stations can sell the winter blend, which is cheaper. So in theory, your gas prices should be going down too. So the federal government requires American refineries to produce and gas stations to sell this summer blend of gasoline from June 1st to September 15th every single year. Then things switch over. The summer blend is used during the hotter months, but it's also more expensive to produce. So then it makes the product more expensive for you to buy. But that all changes tomorrow. So how much will the prices go down? Well, generally, the rule of thumb is anywhere between 10 to 30 cents a gallon. For the record, according to AAA, the national average for a gallon of regular is $3.18. But that's just the average. When you take a look at this map from AAA, you can see that the price you pay for gasoline depends really on where you live. So, for example, the most expensive states with the most expensive gasoline are in red and pink, mostly in the West and here in the East, with those prices ranging anywhere from $3.14 a gallon all the way up to the most expensive, which is in the red, and that is topping out at $4.66 for a gallon of regular. If you live in any of the states that are shaded in white, you are paying around the average price, so anywhere from $3 a gallon to $3.14 a gallon. Then if you're living in any of the states that are shaded in light blue or dark blue, you are experiencing among the cheapest gas in the country, anywhere from $2.99 a gallon for regular, or all the way down to the cheapest gas in the country, which is $2.70 a gallon. So if you want to take a look at this map and these prices and figure out exactly what's happening in your state, I'm going to email all this out to you tonight in my Facts HQ email, so make sure you sign yourself up.